Have you ever felt that the universe speaks directly to you? Maybe you wondered if these small coincidences or recurring visions are more than just simple coincidences. It's no coincidence that you're here, the universe has led you to this video. Today we will decipher the mysterious language of the universe together and learn how it communicates with us through signs. The universe speaks to us in many ways, sometimes through fleeting moments or seemingly insignificant events that, if you look at them more closely, reveal deeper meanings and messages. These signs can serve as a guide on our life path, as answers to our most burning questions, or as gentle memories that we are not alone in this cosmic dance. In this video, we will explore 5 unmistakable characters that the universe uses to get in touch with us. 1. Recurring numbers. These sequences could indicate certain messages or times in your life. 2. Eye-catching dreams. Sometimes the universe sends messages in the form of dream symbols or stories. 3. Intuitive inspirations, those sudden findings or gut feelings that point us in certain directions. 4. Encounters with certain animals or insects, these can serve as spiritual messengers that bring us guidance and insight. 5. Series of coincidences, a sequence of events that seem too significant to be just a coincidence. Now that you have an idea of what we are going to explore, I invite you to delve deeper into the first sign that the universe uses to communicate with us, the mysterious recurring numbers. Let's start this magical journey and discover how these numbers can affect your life. Have you ever caught yourself looking at the clock every day at exactly the same time? Or maybe a certain sequence of numbers appears again and again in your life in the most diverse contexts? These recurring numbers are not just simple coincidences, they are powerful signs of the universe that can send us direction, confirmation, or even warnings. Let's start with the basics of these phenomena. 1111, often considered as a gateway or awakening code. This number is associated with spiritual awakenings and the recognition of your true destiny in life. 333, this number is often seen as a sign of support from the universe or by spiritual leaders. It can be an indication that you are being asked to promote your creative expression and use your spiritual gifts. Examples of how these numbers can appear in everyday life. You could see 1111 on 1 o'clock, exactly when you think about a new step in your life or make an important decision. 333 could appear in a phone number, an address, or even in the number of emails received, and every time it could be a critical moment when you need support or a confirmation that you are on the right track. The spiritual meaning of these synchronicities. These numbers serve as reminders that the universe is an orderly and magically connected place. They remind us that we are part of a larger whole and that our thoughts and actions resonate with a universal plan. When you come across these numbers, it is often a sign that you should go deep into yourself and listen to your intuition. They could indicate that you are in a moment of manifestation where your thoughts and intentions can be quickly turned into reality. Now that we have explored the meaning and ubiquity of recurring numbers in our lives, let's dive deeper into the world of eye-catching dreams in the next chapter. These dreams are other mysterious channels through which the universe speaks to us. Prepare to decrypt the encrypted messages that your dreams are trying to send you. Dreams can contain mysterious messages that, if we know how to decipher them, can give us deep insights into our soul and our life. Often the universe speaks to us through these nocturnal visions, offers guidance, revelation, or warnings that we may overlook in the waking state. How the universe speaks to us through dreams. Dreams can serve as mirrors that reflect inner conflicts, hidden wishes, or our deepest fears. They can also be forward-looking by predicting possible future events or encounters that could play an important role in our lives. Sometimes symbols or figures appear in dreams that act as spiritual guides and teach us wisdom or teachings. Tips on how to remember dreams and interpret them. Keep a dream diary. One of the most effective ways to remember dreams is to keep a dream diary. Have a notebook next to your bed ready and write down everything you remember right after waking up. Over time, you may notice patterns or recurring topics. Relaxation techniques before going to bed. Calming rituals such as meditation or reading a relaxing book can help improve the quality of your dreams and strengthen your memory of them. Regular reflection. Dedicate time to think about your dreams and analyze them. This can help to decipher deeper meanings and better understand the messages they may contain. Examples of typical dream symbols and their interpretations. Water. Water in dreams can symbolize emotions. Calm water could mean peace and clarity, while stormy water could indicate emotional turbulence. Flying. Flying in a dream is often interpreted as a symbol of freedom from restrictions and the ability to overlook problems or obstacles. Persecution. Persecution dreams can indicate that you are running away from a problem or an emotional situation in your life that needs to be addressed. By learning to understand the language of our dreams, we open a direct line of communication to the universe that is rich in guidance and wisdom. Next, we will turn to the intuitive inspirations, those sudden aha moments that often appear as direct messages from cosmic consciousness. Get ready to dive deeper into the world of intuition and discover how you can use these spontaneous insights in your life. Intuition is often described as a sixth sense, an inner knowledge that exists beyond logical thinking. It is a direct connection to our higher self and the universe that offers us guidance and insight into moments when rational analyses reach their limits. Definition of intuition and its role as a means of communication of the universe. Intuition can be seen as a spontaneous, often inexplicable feeling of knowledge or feeling that is not based on obvious conclusions or previous experiences. It is believed that intuition is a form by which the universe speaks to us, helps us to stay in tune with our life path, and warns us when we move in the wrong direction. Advice on how to sharpen your intuition and follow it. Meditation and mindfulness. Regular meditation practice can help to calm the mind and make the inner voice more audible. Mindfulness teaches us to be present at the moment when intuitive inspirations are most often perceived. Build trust. Start with small decisions where you trust your intuition and work your way up to larger ones. This strengthens confidence in your intuitive ability. Increase emotional intelligence. The more we can understand and control our own emotions, the clearer we can distinguish between real intuition and emotional reactions. Stories of people who have made important life decisions based on their intuition. A businessman who decided against all consultations and analyses not to jump into a seemingly profitable but risky investment. Months later, it turned out that the company in which he should have invested was involved in major scandals. A doctor who intuitively felt that something was wrong with a patient, even though all tests were normal. Her insistence on further investigations ultimately saved the patient's life when a rare, difficult-to-diagnose disease was discovered. These stories show how powerful and life-changing intuition can be when we learn to trust and follow it. Now that we have explored the invisible but noticeable world of intuition, we turn to the next sign that the universe often uses, the encounters with certain animals or insects. These encounters are more than just random events, they are filled with meanings and messages that are matched to our spiritual path. Prepare to decipher the symbolic meaning of these encounters and understand how they can influence our spiritual journey. Have you ever had a special encounter with an animal or insect that astonished you or gave you a deep sense of importance? Such encounters are often more than just accidental events, they can be messages or guided tours of animal spirit leaders or ambassadors who serve as mediators between the universe and us. Explanation of the importance of animal spirit leaders or ambassadors. Animal spirit leaders, often also known as power animals, are spiritual beings that appear in the form of animals to offer us wisdom, protection, and guidance. These ghost guides can appear in our lives to help us through difficult times, to announce important life changes or to point out risks and opportunities to us. Specific animals and their symbolic meanings. Ravens. In many cultures, ravens are considered messengers. They are often associated with change and transformation. Their appearance could be a sign of the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. Butterflies. These delicate creatures are universal symbols of rebirth and transformation. The appearance of a butterfly can indicate that you are going through a phase of personal development or that an old habit or belief is left behind. Personal anecdotes or well-known stories about such encounters. A person experienced repeated encounters with a certain bird during a life crisis. This bird, a raven, always appeared when the person was particularly depressed. Many believe that ravens are attributed to deceased loved ones who comfort and guide us. A well-known story is that of Francis of Assisi, who spoke to animals and is worshipped as the patron saint of animals. His ability to communicate with animals is often seen as a sign of his deep attachment to nature and the spiritual world. These encounters with animals and insects invite us to decipher the messages that the universe sends us and to appreciate them as precious tours on our spiritual path. Now that we have explored the deep meaning and symbolic messages of our animal encounters, we now turn to the series of coincidences, which are often considered the last sign that the universe uses to attract our attention. These coincidences are mysterious and powerful signs that can help us better understand and navigate the flow of life. In life, we are often confronted with events that appear to be mere coincidences, but on closer inspection they can turn out to be significant, available events orchestrated by the universe. These coincidences are often not coincidences in the conventional sense, but rather synchronized incidents that lead us on the right path or give us important lessons and insights. Explanation of what coincidences are and how they can serve as signs. Coincidences or synchronicity occur when two or more seemingly incoherent events coincide in a way that has a deep meaning or special meaning for the person involved. Such events can serve as indications of the universe that you are on the right track or as a nudge to rethink or change certain aspects of life. Examples of accidents that turned out to be authorized events. A person who happens to meet an old friend in a city thousands of kilometers away from both, at the very moment she was thinking about a job change or move, which gave the decisive impulse for the decision. Someone hears a certain song about a lost love, at the very moment when he thinks about whether to reconcile with a former partner. This song can be interpreted as a sign that helps him to clarify his feelings. Discussion of how to recognize and interpret such events. Sharpen mindfulness and awareness. The more you are present in the here and now, the more likely it is that you will recognize the meaning behind the coincidences. Pattern recognition. Pay attention to recurring topics or messages that could shine through various random events. Use intuition. Trust your feelings or your gut feeling about what these coincidences could mean. Often your inner wisdom speaks the truth. With the understanding that the universe can communicate with us through series of coincidences, we conclude our exploration of the various signs that the universe uses to speak to us. These findings invite us to look more attentively at the world around us and to recognize the hidden threads of connection and meaning that weave our lives. Now that we have explored the diverse ways in which the universe communicates with us, it is time to integrate these insights into our daily lives and pay attention to how they influence our decisions and our life path. Recognizing the signs of the universe is only the first step. It is equally important to react appropriately to them and to consciously integrate them into our lives. This chapter offers practical advice on how to deal with the signs of the universe and use them to make your own life more enriching and fulfilling. Advice on how to react appropriately to the signs of the universe. Confirmation and acceptance. When you perceive a sign, first confirm it in your heart and mind. This helps to recognize the meaning of the sign and shows the universe your willingness to be guided. Reflection and mediation. Take time to think about the sign and its possible meanings. Meditation can help to gain deeper insights into the messages and how they can be applied to your situation. Proactive action. If the sign suggests a certain action, do not hesitate to take appropriate steps. Be brave and trust that the universe will lead you in the right direction. Importance of mindfulness and conscious action in the light of these signs. Life in the moment. Mindfulness teaches us to live in the present moment and to be attentive to the small miracles of everyday life. This increases the likelihood that we will notice and interpret the signs of the universe correctly. Conscious decisions. Each sign carries the opportunity to act more consciously and purposefully. Take these opportunities to make decisions that not only serve your highest well-being, but also take into account the well-being of others. Tips for integrating these signs into daily life. Set daily intentions. Start every day with a clear intention or question to the universe. This can help you to be more attentive to the answers you encounter during the day. Do a drawing diary. Document the characters and synchronicities you experience. This not only helps to recognize patterns, but also to deepen your spiritual connection and understanding of the signs. Share your experiences. Talk to friends or like-minded people about the signs you experience. This can not only deepen your own insights, but also help others to recognize the importance of their own experiences. By learning to respond to the signs of the universe, we open ourselves to a deeper connection and guidance on our spiritual path. This allows us to live a life that is rich in insight, purpose, and joy. Equipped with these strategies, we are better able to recognize, interpret, and respond to the messages that the universe sends us. When dealing with the signs of the universe, it can easily happen that we get lost, especially if we are driven by the desire to see a deeper meaning everywhere. It is important to recognize and avoid some common traps so that we can continue our spiritual journey with clarity and balance. Frequent misunderstandings and errors in dealing with signs of the universe. Excessive search for signs. Some people tend to see a sign in every small event. This can lead to confusion and frustration, especially if the signs appear contradictory or do not show a clear path. Misinterpretation of the signs. Another common mistake is the misunderstanding of the meaning of the signs. Without a certain spiritual maturity and self-knowledge, we can tend to interpret the signs in such a way that they reflect our desires or fears instead of grasping their true message. How to avoid overinterpretations and stay realistic. Practicing restraint. Not every unusual or conspicuous event has to be a sign. It is important to find a balance and to consider only those events as signs that show a real, repeated pattern and relevance for our lives. Seek advice and reflection. Sometimes it helps to talk to a familiar, spiritually experienced person about possible signs. This can offer a more objective perspective and help to avoid exaggerated interpretations. Grounding and practical approaches. Stay grounded and practical in your interpretations. Make sure that every action or decision you make on the basis of a sign is not only spiritual, but also logical and practical. Integrate mindfulness exercises into your daily life. Mindfulness helps to be present in the here and now, which makes it easier to recognize real signs and distinguish them from random events. It also strengthens the emotional and mental clarity, which is essential for the correct interpretation of signs. By avoiding these mistakes, we can build a healthier and more authentic relationship with the signs of the universe. This allows us to use the leadership they offer wisely and effectively. After examining the frequent pitfalls that need to be avoided, we can now look at how we can summarize these lessons and use the wisdom that the universe constantly offers us. We have undertaken an extraordinary journey through the mysterious and inspiring world of the signs of the universe. Let's take a moment to reflect on the essential findings we have collected together and look at how they can enrich our lives. We have learned how the universe communicates with us through recurring numbers, eye-catching dreams, intuitive inspirations, encounters with animals or insects, and series of coincidences. Each of these signs carries a deeper meaning and offers us the opportunity to learn more about ourselves and our path in life. We also discussed how important it is to handle these signs mindfully and consciously, and how we can avoid mistakes that could distract us from the true message. The universe constantly speaks to us, but to hear the messages, we have to learn to listen and recognize the signs. I encourage you to remain open to the possibilities that reveal themselves to you and receptive to the wisdom that the universe has to offer you. Start today by taking time every day to sit in silence and look inside. Pay attention to the small, everyday miracles and ask yourself with every unexpected or conspicuous event, what does the universe want to tell me through this sign? Keep a drawing diary in which you record what you encounter and reflect on the possible messages. This will not only improve your ability to recognize the signs, but also deepen your connection to the universe. Remember that every trip is unique. Your relationship with the universal signs will develop and grow over time. Stay patient and trust that the universe will always lead you exactly where you need to be. Thank you for embarking on this journey of discovery. I hope that you are inspired to discover and appreciate the signs and wonders around you. Stay curious, open, and ready to explore the infinite possibilities that the universe has in store.